I've just had the realization of why all of these arrests are going on, why the police are actually all over the country raiding cannabis operations and shutting them down. And it's because when the members of Parliament recognised that cannabis is a medicine and permitted dying people to possess cannabis, the people in the cannabis community responded by providing that medicine. And all over the country, we're being arrested. And it's on you, the members of Parliament. You've failed us. You have failed the people in the cannabis culture. After all this time, we finally convinced you that cannabis is a medicine, that cannabis is needed by everybody. If medicine is something you take to make you feel better, cannabis is a medicine for everybody that uses it. Nobody uses cannabis to make them feel worse. My friends are still being arrested for being involved in the cannabis culture. My friends are dying. Friends that I've helped with medicine. And you members of Parliament are responsible. You make the laws. And you allow the police to come after us and hunt us down with bloody guns. This time last year, a property I rent in the central North Island was surrounded by armed police, and my name was called out for 20 minutes. Oh, they didn't find any cannabis. We run away from you people. Do you not understand? This is just evil. You are destroying society by continuing to lock up good people for fucking cannabis. You have to stop it. It's not right. It's obscene. So, Prime Minister, I didn't want to call you out on this. You're the best Prime Minister that New Zealand has ever had in my lifetime. But you can't allow us to continue to suffer. The opposition are telling lies about cannabis. The deputy leader of the opposition waves oregano, she says, in Parliament and makes jokes about it, and no one's getting locked up and there's no suffering and no pain, and it's bullshit. We are suffering. Here I am, almost 2 months, locked in my house. I'm not allowed outside. The police come and check that I'm here. I can't open my home up to allow my friends who become members of our club so that they come and find peace and solace and help at our club. No. Instead, I'm locked up here on my own while the police continue to arrest people for cannabis. 10 years ago, 2010, I led a march on Parliament and I asked Parliament, please, let's agree to stop this war. Let's agree to stop fighting. And we've been ignored. For 10 years, we've been ignored. And the police act like nothing's happening around the world. They act like it's normal because we're evil criminals. And we're not. Some people do this, are involved in the cannabis culture to make money. I understand that. Doesn't matter. the end result is that there's enough cannabis to take care of those that are part of the cannabis culture. And all you're doing is feeding the man. You come after us. We can't talk about what we want in public because we're frightened to stand up because the police will come after us. How's that reasonable? How's that proper? How's that democratic? It's not. So please, it's time. It's time for somebody to talk to the people in the cannabis culture. We're sick and tired of the weedsplaining. People that are not in the cannabis culture. Your colleagues in Parliament. They tell us what they think we want to hear. And it's not right. It's not what we want to hear. We do want to be part of this dialogue. We do want to be part of this conversation. And yet if we are part of this conversation, New Zealand Police Force think it's appropriate to come after us. Because we're out. You know that's never happened in history before. That the only reason that cannabis is illegal is for political reasons. Not because there's something wrong with the plant. We know that's not true. It's time to stop this. It's time to stop locking people up, fellow citizens, who but for their involvement in cannabis are honest, law-abiding citizens. How about we can have the referendum? Don't care about that. Asking uninformed people and people that are not part of our cannabis culture to actually vote whether I should be locked in jail or not is really not good government, but yeah, you can have that. But how about, in the interim, you just call a moratorium and say, look, if not-for-profit organisations would just set up around the country, and they're doing it now, but quietly, but recognise them, not-for-profits. Why not? Why not? Just let the clubs exist on behalf of the people in the cannabis culture. We exist now. We're in little groups. Every grower, the hero that they are, they all have their circle. And not everybody wants to do it for profit. So why don't you allow that to happen as an interim step? So here we go. Here I am standing in my space in the Daktory. And it's still the same message. After more than 20 years that I've been involved in this, it's still the same message. Prime Minister, do the right thing by the citizens of New Zealand. 500,000 of us are regular consumers of cannabis. Even some members of Parliament. So let's stop the nonsense, let's stop the bullshit, let's stop the lies, and call a halt. Because I've got friends around the country that are dying, and I'm on 24-hour curfew, and I can't leave the house. And if I can't leave the house, I can't go visit my friends, let alone take the medicine. I just can't visit them. And they're dying. Prime Minister, it's time to stop it. I'm Dr. Green, and you will find me at Cambridge Terrace in Wellington. Come and free me. It's over to you. Thank you.